What's up, YouTube? I am Cortland, and this is Ultimate Millennial. So, welcome to the third in the Manage Your P.O.O.P series. P.O.O.P, that's patterns, outlook, orientation, and people. How are these things affecting your existence? How are they affecting your goal? And are they taking you closer to the things that you want, to a more fulfilled life? Always be aware of your poop. Without further ado, I bring you orientation. So the three dichotomies within orientation would be clarity, proximity, and heading. Although, actually, I'd prefer to address them in a different order. Clarity, heading, and proximity. The first is perhaps the most important one, clarity. So you can't hit a target that you can't see. So are your goals clearly defined, or are they just sort of a vague waffle blue, I might like to one day do a thing, or is it this thing? I am doing this thing. So clarity. Yes, you can't hit a target that you can't see. You can't hit a target that you don't have. And so it is critical to know your objective. And I have a video on finding your objective, and it's incomplete because addressing such a vast and challenging subject in a single video is, I feel, it's quite an undertaking. For myself, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for years, for most of my life. And it's kind of a process of soul searching and looking at the world and experimenting and playing before you ever even, have a target to reach for. So you still need to know, and you need to know with clarity. But if you don't, that's okay. Maybe your goal is to have a goal. Like that's where some of us are at. So, heading. Once you have your defined objective, are you going towards it? Or maybe not so much? And to what degree are you not so much? So are you on course or off course? That's a really simple black and white dichotomy. And it might not always appear so. Sometimes we're on our way and we know we have to get there, but there's a mountain in the way. Like, I don't have a bulldozer or a stick of dynamite, so I'm gonna have to veer a little. But you're still on course, really. If you know your objective and you know your obstacle and you're working your way around that obstacle, you're still heading towards your goal. So, sometimes being a little off course is important. It's useful. It's good to do. So there's a plant. It's a kind of bamboo tree, and I think that it's a Chinese bamboo tree. And if the plant is watered every day for 5 years, there will be no sign until the 5th year. And then in 6 weeks, this bamboo shoots up to 90 feet high. So it can get up to 90 feet high, some of them taller. So, did it grow 90 feet in 5 years, or did it grow 90 feet in 6 weeks? I think that it grew 90 feet in 5 years. But it must be tended to, else it will not be. So, that's the concept of heading, right? Like, you might not get there right away, but you're on your way. All right. And the last is proximity. How close are you to your destination? Or how far are you, close or far? And it's not always obvious. It's not always apparent, because we don't know what fantastic surprises life has for us right around the bend. So sometimes we think, oh, it'll never happen. Oh my God, I'm going to have to work at this for eternity. Ah! And then it drops on us. Boom! We get it, that bamboo shoot. Pshum! You know? But sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes we think we're right there, and then something happens. So, of the dichotomies, this is perhaps the most nebulous one, perhaps the most difficult to be sure of, but while we can't always be sure of the thing, it's important to be paying attention to our proximity to our goals. I mean, you're there or you're not, right? But that's important to know too, because once you've attained a goal, you might want to build another one. And maybe if you can anticipate that your goal is closing in on you, then it might be time to start formulating your next goal, or to start thinking about your next goal. And if your goal is too far away, that can just seem so overwhelming sometimes, and so, like, heart-wrenching, like the patience required to attain this thing. I'm such a tortured soul pursuing my goal. But if you know your distance to it, perhaps you can break that up into manageable chunks that will be a little more enjoyable, setting milestones for yourself and enjoying the progress as you feed yourself small victories towards this ultimate goal. If I had to add, well, I should say if I got to add another dichotomy, and I don't. I made these rules for myself, 4 basic elements, and 3 dichotomies within each of them for a total of 12 dichotomies, and those are the rules that I made for myself, and I have to follow my own rules. So, but if I didn't, I would say speed. Speed. Am I approaching my goal rapidly or lagging behind? Am I going fast or slow? But yeah, I will not go into that because it doesn't get into the list. It was a tough cut, but it was a cut I had to make. So, yeah. That's part 3 of the P.O.O.P series, orientation. That would be clarity, proximity, and heading. But again, I don't know why I kept doing that. Clarity, heading, proximity. And next week will be people. We will discuss the dichotomies that I associate with people. So, in the meantime, manage your poop. Be good with your poop. No, with certain I'll see you next Thursday. Again, I'm sorry for the late videos. Got a lot going on right now, and I'm having to really reflect on these things myself. And decisions can sometimes be challenging. But hey, save it for your blog. This is the P.O.O.P series. I'll see you next Thursday.